Brett. Why would he do that?
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. 2 nights ago, my boss and lookalike, Ben Shapiro, went...
Your boss? You don't have a boss, Ben? What? Brett, I almost called you Ben. You are an independent queen.
...to speak at UNC Greensboro for YAF. And like I mentioned in yesterday's episode, those college campus speeches are often followed by, you know, protesters and pushback.
Oh my God, I love the way you did your hair today. I love your necklace and your white shirt.
I mean, it's all basically expected at this point. But this time, it wasn't protesters who were going viral. It was one kid that thought he could outsmart Ben. But this was during the Q&A portion of the event. So let's just watch this. This is the original clip.
I'm a mathematician and a physicist here, a double major, and I also just won the most prestigious award in the country to pursue research at any institution I want, the National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellowship. So I think I'm pretty, qualified to say that most of what you're saying is based on, old data.
Okay, so that's how he starts this whole thing, by claiming that he's a mathematician and a physicist. No, you're just a student taking those classes. Also, why is he wearing a beater? Who is he, John McClane?
Welcome to the party.
Leave the beater. Don't hate on beaters, Brett.
Also, I looked up the award that he got, the National Science Foundation Graduate Research thing. It's not that prestigious, 20% of applicants get in. And I think only 12,000 people apply. So, sorry, dude, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Not even 30 seconds in, he switches to ad hominem attacks. I mean, he gives up so fast.
You sound like a bozo, bro. And you get no p***y.
I'm a mathematician. You sound like a bozo.
And you can't even make your wife wet, bro, so what's good?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Aw, man. Chad, I gotta stop doing that, too. I gotta stop saying that bullshit in debates.
See if it pays off for him.
Okay, excluding the more explicit parts, how does that put you in any position of authority? Or retaining any semblance of respect? You just lost it. It went completely out the window. Then he decides to bring other cultures into it, claiming that 2 biological genders is a white colonial trope.
Think about Native American.
Nailed it.
Third gender people, I'm not saying that. Third gender people exist in Native American societies, Western African societies, Southern Native American societies, like Mexico. So in other places that are not white dominated,
And they
like
are
the United States or
incorrect.
Europe. And so you're
saying
saying
they're
white,
biologically
so non-white
incorrect.
people, I'm a mathematician and a physicist.
Anyway, you get the
Nah, you're in school. Brett, can you tell him how it is? You're so smart.
point. He is insufferable, and it ends with Ben telling him that whoever gave him that prestigious award should revoke it. Obviously, the kid was getting booed at the event, and he got roasted in the replies of this tweet.
Boom. Roasted.
Somebody said, and just think, with all the wokeness going on, this young man could end up as a diversity hire at NASA.
He could. He said there's more than one or more than 2 genders, bro. That's cap. Biologically, it's not possible, G.
My first...
Brett, that was such a good joke. I love when you retweets.
My favorite is... Mexico? What? Young man, leave us Mexicans out of this. We're just trying to make a living, go home, eat that asada, and watch some novellas. Okay, so if you think that that's the end of the story, you're in for a treat.
Nothing is over!
This kid, Quentin is his name, who was up there trying to own Ben with emotions and logical fallacies,
Wow, I love the way you did your hair today.
uploaded a video yesterday attempting to defend everything he said. The title is, "I'm Not Sorry, Ben Shapiro." It's like the reverse of one of those emotional apology videos after you've been canceled, like the really ultra dramatic ones. It's the complete opposite of that. Okay, this is too good to cut up, so we're just gonna watch this whole thing together and I'm gonna react to it.
Hey, my name is Quentin Merritt, and I just roasted Ben Shapiro.
Did you though?
But
Is this TikTok? I just roasted. I got you.
before I get into the reasoning behind my actions, I'm going to give you some background about my experience at the event.
Oh my Lord. Damn. We got really clout hungry, huh?
I went with a friend, and we strolled through campus to get to the gym, waited patiently in line.
Yeah, and I'm in a white fraternity, just going to the gym with my boys. Just slammed a couple White Claws. On my way to roast Ben Shapiro.
Shuffled through security, all to get to the biggest and most controversial event of our time in college, Ben Shapiro at UNCG.
First of all, he's reading off of a script that is clearly to the left of his camera.
Yeah, I like when you go right off the top of your head, Brett. I love the top of your head. And especially when the shit is just GTA.
This is a terrible, terrible monologue. This man should go take an acting class. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, he sucks, Brett.
Walk down the stairs and try to squeeze into our seats and settle in for the event. We hear someone yell, "I hate minorities." Just like that.
I'll take that didn't happen for 500.
This dude sounds like he's reading a monologue. Yeah, it sounds like a spoken word poem.
Alex.
It's a total fabrication.
Nice edit, Brett.
Never happened.
My friend and I immediately looked at one another with shock. Him wide-eyed, looking at my black
Him wide-eyed. The sun was setting. And me, I was ready to go and tell Ben Shapiro about his wife. The dusk of the dawn set below the trees.
Yeah, man.
I slammed another White Claw.
Yeah,
Bro.
man.
I'm a mathematician.
skin, and me uncomfortably staring at his brown skin against the sea of white faces that surrounded us. I mean, that was to be expected, given Ben Shapiro's demographic.
No, if you look at the video of
does
the
that have to do
actual
with anything?
event, it's not a sea of white faces. That's an absolute lie. You're starting off on the wrong foot.
But what I did not expect was the lack of response to the hateful statement that resounded in my ears. No one batted an eye or turned their head except for us. The lack of care by the people who surrounded me, most of whom shared the same views
He watches anime, right?
as Ben Shapiro,
definitely.
stirred a fire within me. And that's when I made my decision.
Ah, Brett, we laughed at the same thing. He started a fire. It's so corny, Brett. I love when we laugh at the same things. It's like we're right here together right now.
I posted to my Snapchat story, and I said that I was going to heckle him. And when they asked audience members to go down for questions, I went down there with that in mind.
So he intentionally was just trying to heckle Ben. None of this was in good faith. He wasn't actually trying to, ask a question and learn something. He was just pissed off and wanted to start a fight.
He just wanted to yell and get a clip and then make a reaction video about it.
Yeah.
On my way up there, I asked myself, well, what does Ben Shapiro do? He uses his influence as a political commentator and touts his credentials from his Harvard law degree to give himself the credibility to speak on issues that he's not qualified to speak about.
Okay. His
Who
Harvard
determines
law
that he's
degree
not
is
qualified?
incredible.
Do you
but
determine if you're qualified?
You said mathematician and physicist like 10 times, and you didn't even graduate.
Exactly.
And then I smashed a White Claw. I told Connor,
Who determines if he's
I'm about to
qualified?
heckle him.
You?
So I did the exact same thing. And for those of you on the internet saying that there's no way that I possibly won this prestigious award, I'm sorry.
What is that cut, by the way? Yo, this is the cut of bitches who have some fire coochie, bro. This is a bitch. I was about to say bitch with a tapestry, but I know I got a fucking tapestry behind me. It is an album cover. It's not a spiritual thing. But this is the haircut of a bitch with some fire coochie. Probably a 15 body count. You could probably talk your way into it using spirituality. But it looks like a mop on you. It looks like the mop they use to wipe a restaurant floor plopped on your head.
I'm sorry to tell you that you're wrong. It's true. I was awarded the National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellowship, and I'm a double major in mathematics and physics. This is what Black excellence looks like.
Shut the fuck up. This is what Brett, laugh at him. I know he's goofy. Brett, I love your laugh.
Black excellence.
This is what Black excellence looks like. And I slammed another White Claw.
Dude, we can look up the award. We know it's not that prestigious. I think the only qualification was that you have to be be wanting to enroll in a graduate program. This is going terribly for you.
Sadly, I do have to agree with one point that Ben made about me. He's right. I'm not a biologist. And that's the point. Neither is he. So in reality, the people in that audience should be listening to neither of us, regardless of our personal accolades or achievements, and should actually listen to the biologists and psychologists doing the real research in these areas. And the research comes to an undeniable consensus that being transgender is not a pathology, it is not a disease, it is literally just a different way of being a human being.
Brett, laugh at him.
No, it's not.
Again, I'm going to be very clear.
Yeah, what was that, Brett? I'm going to see that one more time.
It's not a different way of being a human being, bro. Stop.
It's just a different way
It's just a different way. Brett, you do it better, though.
of being a human being. So, again, I'm going to be very clear. I'm not sorry about what I said to Ben Shapiro. However, I do want to apologize for the sexist language that I used. Back in 2020, Ben Shapiro spoke on his podcast about the song WAP by Cardi B, where he was rightfully mocked by the internet for awkwardly rapping her verses. Then he took to Twitter and said, also, as I discussed in the show, my only real concern is that the women involved, who apparently require a bucket and a mop, get the medical care that they require. My doctor wife's differential diagnosis, bacterial vaginosis, yeast infection, or trichomoniasis. And what that basically means is that he's equivocating the physical attributes of female sexual arousal with disease. Again, Twitter rightfully dragged him for this, you know? For being so painfully unaware of the biology.
Twitter rightfully dragged him, and they got him. But I apologize for my sexist language. I still see the shadows in my room.
Biology of cisgender women.
Stop.
This then begs the question, are we really going to trust someone like that to even attempt
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
to try to tell us about the biology of transness? When I got up there, I brought up the content of that tweet because I knew it would hit him where it hurt.
You didn't bring up the content of that tweet. You just made
He
personal
just talked about his wife publicly.
attacks about he and his family.
Ben Shapiro and I don't have a difference of opinion. The hateful and transphobic rhetoric that Ben Shapiro spews has the ability to do real and tangible harm to people in the transgender community. Because he has the platform to reach the people who write the policies and laws that might...
You have to understand something, right? When it comes to the people in those communities, in the rainbow community, there's a reason why God washed them away originally, and God forbids those things because it's ungodly. You can try to promote it as much as you want, but the reality is that we're living in a demonic society that's promoting a lot of things that are meant to destroy people. No kizzy
end up restricting the rights of trans people.
This is what college does to people, bro. Gasses up your self-esteem, make you say all the right shit.
Well, not even only college. I'm gonna say this: it's not only college. It's just indoctrination of the school system. Real talk. They don't want you to have your own thoughts. They don't want you to have your own brain power. Real talk. This is what they want you to do. You know we don't cap over here. You know we don't cap over here. They don't want you to be an independent thinker. No kids here.
Shit. Make you feel like you're saying what is right all the time.
But you're
you
not.
feel
You
really
sound
smart,
dumb.
and then you step outside and you get clowned.
As a black person
No
and
kidding.
a queer person, I had to
And you're queer?
He's queer too.
What does that even mean? What the hell does queer mean, Chad?
call on the experience of the people who questioned injustice and fought for change before me.
Yo, this guy's queer. Queer. He said it. Queer.
Yeah, he said he's queer.
I'm black and I'm queer. I'm not necessarily.
Hey Siri, define queer.
As an adjective, queer means strange, odd. Do you want to hear the next one?
What does queer mean?
As an adjective, queer means
It says homosexual, denoting to a sexual identity that doesn't correspond to sexuality and gender. All right. So I'm gonna say this one thing real quick. There are two different genders. There's a man and a woman, or a male and female, right? And if you don't reside within those two, unfortunately, you're confused. All right, let's continue.
Gay, but I do like when a man goes like this in my bottom as a smash of the White Claw.
The majority black and brown queer people at Stonewall didn't lay down and just
Queer.
take the abuse of their oppressors. Neither did the organizers
Shut up, queer.
and allies at the March on Washington.
Sorry.
Marginalized people should not be expected to be docile or respectful to the individuals aiming to reverse the progress we have fought so hard to gain. Rather, we must be bold and speak out and
I'm in college.
find ways to dismantle oppression by any means
Shut up, queer.
necessary. And if engaging with Ben Shapiro is the avenue that I had to take to fight injustice and spread this message, then it was well worth it. Black power.
He said black power.
Brad, I love when we laugh at the same things. This dude just did black power.
Brown power.
No, bro, he's a bot. Well, not a bot. He's a drone, unfortunately, and it's not to be disrespectful, but he's programmed, bro.
Queer power. Trans power.
Queer power.
Remember,
Trans
there is
power.
no liberation.
Trans power? What? How do you fuck up the fist like that, bro?
Nah, man.
Yo, man.
Liberation for any of us marginalized people if there's only liberation for one of us. We must work together if we're going
You sound like a drone. How are you marginalized? How are you marginalized, G?
to achieve an equitable society for all of us.
Okay, what about female power? He went through every oppressed group. I feel very left out.
Okay, stop.
Also, at the end there, I thought that he was
Brad, you know women aren't oppressed in the West. Come
Exactly.
gonna do like a Wakanda Forever thing.
Wakanda forever!
There's just so much to unpack here. I have
on. Brad, that was a good joke.
never seen anything so blatantly arrogant and full of straw man arguments. I mean, it's like he's just trying to cover his ass because he knows that he just lost this debate. That wasn't even a debate. He just heckled somebody. I mean, come on. It's clear what he's trying to do.
You fucking, this is what college kids do now.
No cap.
Your wife's pussy isn't wet. Black power. Trans power. Trans power. Nice debate.
Yep.
Like, he just got into a viral spat with the Ben Shapiro, and now he's just trying to ride the social media wave. I have not seen a single positive comment on this video.
All right, guys. I think we're done watching it from this point on. It's gonna end this live stream, guys. I appreciated it. First 2-hour live stream. We're gonna eventually end up getting into a 24-hour live stream. So expect that within the next couple of weeks, or probably in a couple of days. Who knows? Right? But if you like this live stream video, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this live stream with your friends, subscribe to the channel at Wokebucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below, and so will social media links. So make sure you go give those a check. But without further ado, this is gonna be the end of this video. This is Wokebucks, and I'm out, man.